Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please come, Vineeth.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Vineeth. Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
You look smart.
Thank you, sir.
Please be seated. Comfortable, Vineeth?
Yes, sir.
Can you introduce yourself to the board, please?
Sure, sir. So myself, Vineeth Lohidakshan. Sir, I'm a medical graduate. I hail from Ernakulam district of Kerala. Sir, I did my schooling in my hometown and I did my medical education from Government Kilpauk Medical College in Chennai. So my optional subject is anthropology. And sir, I consider myself to be an optimistic person who firmly believes in perseverance and hard work, sir.
Acha, Vineeth, tell me,
Yes.
if UPSC was the dream,
Yes.
why did you waste the seat of medical here? Very important nowadays. The medical doctors are not available, especially from the government college and all. You should have opted for some other subject other than life science. Why you wasted the life science seat here unnecessarily?
Yes.
Hmm?
It is true, sir, that medical service is a wonderful profession.
Yeah.
Sir, my aim was not from my childhood. It was not civil service, sir. It was my experience during my medical service that I developed a passion for civil service, and I switched
What?
to it.
Anything in particular?
Yes, sir. Sir, I love talking with a lot of people, and medical service, I got to talk with a lot of people from lower strata. And also, I served during second and third waves of COVID, sir, and I got an exposure with district administration. So I realized that district administration helps us to counter many aspects of concern that I see in a hospital with most of the diseases that patient comes with are actually not as such. It is a result of their nutrition, their background of work, where do they live. So all these aspects I felt can be addressed with public service.
So before you started your graduation in medicine, you had no idea whatsoever about UPSC and all?
No, sir.
You had no idea
No idea, sir.
whatsoever.
Yes.
So it is a chance encounter.
Yes, sir. It was chance at me, especially during my house surgency when I got to interact with a lot of people, sir.
And I also see that this happens to be a first attempt.
Yes, sir. Yes, in first attempt.
So you mean to say which year of your graduation you thought of UPSC?
Sir, it was during my 2020 to 2022. That time I was doing my final year and my internship.
Okay.
I decided, sir.
Okay. So you mean your internship is complete?
Yes, sir. It is completed.
It is complete.
Yes, sir.
So how many months of preparation UPSC it was?
Sir, I completed my graduation in 2022 July, and I started from August of 2022. I gave my prelims after 8 months in May, and it's henceforth my mains and interviews. Sir.
So I can say around 14 months of preparation.
Yes, sir.
Around 14 months.
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
I also see you've been a coordinator of NEET coaching cell of college alumni.
Yes, sir.
So you took some classes or you just coordinated the classes?
Yes. So basically it was actually our support for students especially from poor backgrounds. So I was the coordinator of the entire activity, sir. So students from our own batches and our junior batches took the biology classes for NEET, and we outsourced with physics and chemistry classes from outside, and we paid them with our alumni fund which we have. So I coordinated these activities, sir.
You didn't take any classes?
Not as such classes, sir. All the examination aspects and class schedules. This was I was.
Any mentoring you did?
Sir, yes, sir. It's like with regard to students, how we can, especially with regard to, I was focused on mental aspects of students their
rather than the subject per se.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vineeth, tell me, who deserves the first position in this society? Is it a doctor, is it a teacher, or a soldier? And why?
Yes. Sir, this is a tough question, especially because we have 3 critical junctures of our system. Sir, first I would say that all of them should be accommodated in an aspect because our society is multi-pronged and we have different demands and each one meets with one demand. Sir, so I think it is a phase-wise manner in a person's childhood. Like a teacher takes a prime position, and during his when entire years a doctor is required for his health aspects, and especially for our security is concerned, a soldier is required. So I think I won't compromise one for another aspect.
But you have to give me 1, 2, 3.
Sure. Sir, in that aspect, I would coming from medical aspect, I would go on for doctor, sir, because health is a basic right of every individual, I believe. Sir, second, I believe for soldiers, because the hardships that they bore for our country, risking their own life is very much important. And third, I would regard teachers.
The teachers. Okay. Vineeth, nowadays, it has become a very common news that, the hospitals are fleecing the patients with the charges that they are imposing.
Yes.
And in many a times, it has been observed that senior doctors of the institution are hand in gloves with them.
Yes.
As a district administrator, what would be your plan of action to ensure that none of the hospital turns out to be a fleecing ground of patients in your district?
Sir, it is, as a district collector, it is my right to preserve the rights of patients. Sir, in that aspect, I would ensure proper
Right or a duty?
Sir, my duty to ensure rights of the patients. Sir.
Okay.
Sir, first aspect is I would like to bring in transparency with regard to the pricing. I feel out-of-pocket expenditure one major aspect. So especially from the state I'm coming also, Kerala has a very high out-of-pocket expenditure despite a good infrastructure. So this aspect I would like to bring in a board system wherein the prices are displayed, and also I would like to increase the insurance aspects so that the out-of-pocket expenditure is countered. So another aspect which I would like to bring in is improve the Ayushman Bharat wellness centers so that private sector need not be much dependent upon and improve the primary care. So third aspect would be a grievance redressal mechanism so that even if there people are getting exploited, I would like to address those issues and ensure that it doesn't happen in future.
Okay.
So these are some steps I would
take. You would like to
yes.
take.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I also see that you've been a long distance runner.
Yes.
You participated in any marathons?
Sir, it's not as such marathon, sir. I have run 10Ks and it has been associated with health marathons that has been happening in Chennai. Sir.
Okay. Do you have any idea what is the minimum distance to be classified as a long distance? Any idea?
Sir,
what is the longest you have run in one stretch?
Sir,
even if you're running 10 kilometers without
yes.
taking a break within that 10 kilometers,
yes.
What is the longest you have run at one stretch?
Sir, I would say, think this is 10 kilometers the longest I have run, sir.
Oh, that is fair. In the entire 10 kilometers, you ran non-stop or you took breaks?
Sir, yes.
Walking in between, light jogging in between?
Yes. Sir, I have attempted 5 10Ks. First initial 3 I couldn't complete at all. Fourth one I could complete by walking in between. Okay. Fifth one fairly enough, not walking but maybe slow pace jogging, but I was able to complete without any rest.
Okay. So Vineeth, tell me, Kerala is known to be God's own country.
Yes, sir.
Why is it so? What is there special in that country that this state got the tag of God's own country? Is there any historical relevance or is there any cultural relevance?
Yes. Sir, as you had mentioned, I think it is a host of factors that has led to the tag of God's own country. Sir, first aspect, the historical aspect that I would like to bring in is the Travancore ruler, Martanda Varma. He actually ruled as the servant of Padmanabha, and the country belonged to Padmanabha and ruled behalf of him. So, God's own country, that is one aspect, sir. Sir, another is the mythological aspect that is associated. It is believed that Lord Parashurama actually threw the axe in him and thus Kerala was formed, and that is another aspect. Sir, with regarding to the tagline as such, it was a tourism aspect to promote Kerala tourism that we came up with God's own country tagline. Okay. Also, there is geographical aspect and socio-cultural ties due to harmonious living of different communities leading to God's own countries.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just tell me the 3 economic challenges the country is facing today.
Yes. So, can I take a moment on this question? Sir, in my terms, one aspect is regarding the transition to green energy, sustainable energy targets. So that increased spending is a financial burden, which we have to address. So second aspect is the high inflation that is persisting due to the global supply shocks as well as the post-take of COVID lockdown that has happened. Sir, third aspect is the distribution of resources to be addressed with regard to the GST, that is creating a federal tussle between union and state governments. So these are the three challenges I feel, sir.
Inflation is good or bad?
Sir, mild inflation is good as it promotes investment and growth along with employment aspects, but high inflation, as in the case of Sri Lanka, can really lead to disruption of economy, sir.
What is the inflation rate in Sri Lanka?
Sir, I'm exactly not sure of the inflation rate, sir, but it is more than 30%, I feel. Which
Pakistan?
Sir,
inflation rate? Any country in the world which has the highest inflation rate nowadays?
So Pakistan is having a very high inflation rate in that aspect. So I think maybe like civil disruption countries, but I'm not sure, sir, exactly inflation rates.
What is the current status of Sri Lanka economy now, today?
Sir, Sri Lanka economy is actually in its revival stage with the bailouts given by International Monetary Fund, supported by India. So it is on the revival, and tourism is also picking up gradually. I think it's on a revival stage.
Any idea about China economy, how it is doing nowadays?
Yes. Sir, Chinese economy, as far as I think it is having a bit of problems with regard to the investments coming in. There is also the global policies like friendshoring and nearshoring and China plus one strategy. All these.
What is that China plus one strategy? What is that? How do we stand to gain?
So China plus strategy is adopted by global manufacturing houses to take another manufacturing hub other than China, and we are leveraging that to our potential because we are having Make in India programs, Atmanirbhar Bharat, to tap in that. And we are also having challenges from similar economies like Vietnam, Bangladesh.
What is the currency of China?
Renminbi is the currency of China.
Right. Coming back to the inflation.
Yes, sir.
How government controls inflation?
Sir, our central government is having mainly fiscal policy as well as monetary policy. And we are having a designated monetary policy committee.
I'm talking about central government only.
Yes, okay. So central government, so it is associated with the fiscal policy and the monetary policy that we have countered inflation, sir.
I'm talking what steps the central government will take to reduce inflation.
Yes.
Specific steps.
Yes. Sir, based on two aspects, both demand pull inflation as well as cost push inflation, we have different measures. For demand pull, we ought to have the sole reason is actually increased money supply. So we tend to control the money supply in the market by increasing the tax rates and similar steps. And for cost push inflation, we tend to have restrictions like import restrictions, export restrictions, and we tend to increase the supply within the domestic market. Like as we handle the wheat crisis, we stop the wheat supply to the world. So
sometimes we levy duty on export also.
Yes.
What is the reason for that?
Sir, this is to increase the domestic supply of products, so that especially as I mentioned earlier,
what is recession?
Sir, recession actually means lowering economic growth for two continuous quarters, economic quarters for an economy, sir.
Lowering means earlier growth was 6%, now it comes to 2%.
Yeah, in a declining trend, sir.
So it's a recession?
So it is, yes, it's declining growth is actually
negative growth.
Okay,
but
sir.
Two consecutive. Just tell me the highlights of budget.
Sir, this budget what we presented is actually an interim budget since we have general elections coming up. So our focus has been to convert ourselves into a Vikasit Bharat by 2047.
What is the total outlay of the budget?
Yes. Sir, it was
figure. I want figure that.
Yes, sir. Exact figure, I'm sorry, sir, but it is like 44 lakh crores. It's in the range of 44 lakh crores, sir. And we have stressed on GYAN. We have focused on GYAN, that is G for Garib, Y for youth, A for Annadada or our farmers, and N for Nari Shakti, our woman aspect. And we have pitched in for sustainable development with inclusivity, sir.
Just tell me, your Prime Minister asks you, tell us 3 new ideas which he can implement in country. Not implemented till now. Three new ideas.
Yeah.
Economically.
Economically. Sir, one aspect would be to pitch in our based in technology, more research and development aspects with regarding artificial intelligence, sir. Sir, another aspect would be that we are promoting our internationalization of rupee on a major aspect. And sir, other would be like address since I'm from medical background now, one aspect that we are facing is increased burden on medical devices. So I would like to ease off the economic demand on that aspect, sir.
With regard to second you talked about,
Yes, sir.
can any currency in the world replace dollar as a international currency? Do you think any future, maybe 5 year, 10 year down the line?
Sir, it is true, sir, because dollar is having such a prominence that almost 95% of the trade happens in US dollar. It is very much difficult in the near future, sir, and maybe even in a near long-term future also. Full replacement is a difficult part, but we can pitch in our aspect of bilateral replacement using our domestic currencies as we are promoting. That is possible in the near future of 10 to 20 years as we have been doing.
Okay, Vineeth.
Yes.
So you are a MBBS. Why doctors and engineers, after completing their course,
Yes.
choose civil service? What is the reason behind it? Because country needs doctors also, engineers. So please let me know.
Yes. Sir, we are having a very good educational system that we have so much good trained doctors and engineers. Sir, and our government of India provides an ample opportunity to tap in the service mindset of both doctors and engineers to be utilized in a public service. So that is one aspect I feel. So second is that there is an aspirational mismatch happening with regard to our youth, with regarding their educational background and the employment that is available to them. So civil service being a career option with good career progression, security of pay is also a safe career opportunity. So I think these are the two prime factors that is leading to taking up.
Doctors have also safe. So why are you saying ki only civil service are giving safe security?
Sir, with regard to doctors, especially, I would like to go on with the first factor that we can, on a multi-diversity aspiring doctors, as is my case. So it enables, civil service provides them a phase through which we can provide our services in other aspects also, nutritional care, maybe primary health structure. So that one decision helps to affect lives of 1,000 people. So this aspect might be leading doctors towards this aspect, sir.
Okay, and why youngsters are getting a heart attack nowadays? What is the reason behind it?
Sorry, sir.
Youngsters are getting heart attack.
Heart attack. Yeah. Sir, it has great to do with the lifestyle that we are currently living in, and also the foods that we are having. It is mostly based on high salt, sugar intake, and also fat intake. Also, there is less physical activity concerned with the sedentary lifestyles. So these are the one major problem that is leading to heart attacks. And other aspect is irrational physical exercise, overdoing of exercise, leading beyond their cardiac capacity, leading to sudden cardiac arrest. These are the reasons I feel.
Okay, and your optional is anthropology. So can you let me know the difference between Homo erectus and Homo sapiens?
Sir, Homo sapiens and Homo erectus are actually lineages as we arrive at the modern humans from earliest apes. So Homo erectus actually, when we regard in the terms of cranial capacity, Homo sapiens are much more advanced than Homo erectus. Also with the culture that is associated, we have a modern culture, while Homo erectus has been in a hunting gathering kind of culture that they lived, sir. And with regard to the physical structure, we have similarities between Homo erectus and structure, but still they didn't know much use of tools as Homo sapiens knew. So these are the differences that I can collect at the moment, sir.
Okay, and when community was noticed first time?
Sir, in terms of time period, I would tell you.
Yeah, in the time period.
Yes. It was mainly during Neolithic period that this community kind of living was noted in a large scale that we term it to be the Neolithic revolution as such. And this has actually led to the other social aspects like families and cooking, all these aspects.
And culture? When culture was noticed first time?
So, culture can be like on a bit more later stage, like our post-Neolithic phase, that group living led to culture living.
Okay, community was also noticed in Neolithic and culture also noticed in Neolithic period.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and next the cyclone.
Yes.
Yes, a tropical cyclone and cyclone. So why is it stronger in Bay of Bengal than Arabian Sea? What is the reason behind?
Sir, it has to do with the mean temperature that is present with the Bay of Bengal, because mean temperature of 27 degrees Celsius is essential for tropical cyclones, and this is more frequently found in Bay of Bengal, and it also has to do with the aspects of El Nino, which is leading to increased temperatures in the surface waters of Bay of Bengal. So these are the two reasons that I can recall currently.
Okay, my last question is,
yes.
What is the definition of state?
Sir, state, it actually takes different definitions at different times. For me, state is
according to Constitution. Article 12, I think, says about.
Yes.
So please let me.
Sir, state is actually exact wordings I couldn't recollect, sir, but my understanding is actually state is an entity that is associated with proper governance of a territory of concerned people that is associated, which can take the central part, or state governments, local self-governments, or other such bodies, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Being a doctor, can you highlight certain laws where right to health is recognized as a basic right?
Yes. Sir, one aspect is with regard to the Maternity Benefits Act that we have promoted. Like, we are promoting their maternal.
No, my question is certain act or laws or international instruments where we can find that this provision deals with the right to health.
Sir, one aspect, like if I can quote as like the prevention of like childhood employment.
What is the name of law?
So, I think I'm not
okay. Is there international provision or human rights instrument which deals with, or institution at world level which deals with health? Can you name that?
Sir, world level institution is WHO, World Health Organization.
When it came into existence?
Sir, I'm not exactly sure of the year, but 1948 if I can, but I'm not sure of the exact dates.
In Constitution, can you highlight certain provision which directly deals with right to health?
Yes. Sir, Article 21, which states right to life with dignity, is actually right to health comes under this aspect of Article 21 as quoted by Supreme Court, sir.
Can you name that very case where Supreme Court held that right to health includes within the right to life?
I think I will have to look upon that aspect, sir.
Okay. Earlier, nobody, if someone is injured, for example, in road accident,
yes,
there are various problems. No one is ready to provide first aid, or even doctors are first asked that.
Yes.
First, there must be police report.
Yes.
But there is Supreme Court, judiciary came at, we can say, judicial activism. Then they ask first.
Yes.
First aid to be provided, then other formalities.
Yes.
Can you highlight those cases where these type of decision taken by the Indian Supreme Court?
Sir, I think I will have to look on these aspects.
Sure. Is right to sleep is a fundamental right?
Sir, I think it comes under the thing, but I'm not sure of this aspect.
Okay, no. When Doctor Day is celebrated and why?
National Doctors Day is celebrated on July 1, sir. I don't know. I'll have to look upon the reason exactly.
At international level?
Sir, I think I will just look upon that aspect, sir.
Okay. Then there is a very living will, advanced medical directives.
Yes.
Can you suppose a layman wants to do, suppose today a person at 70 or at any stage, he want to make his living will. What is the procedure?
Yes. Sir, the advance directive as directed by the patient to be the thing is that he can decide the course of action that has to be taken in his medical journey. So here again, I think I'm not exactly sure of the provisions here, but it is like there is the provision of district magistrate in collaboration with the district medical officer also.
No, district magistrate or civil judge or judicial magistrate, or what is the exact designation?
Sir, I think I will have to look on that aspect.
Okay. Then can you name the case where all these things, these guidelines laid down by the Supreme Court?
Sir, I will have to look on that aspect.
Okay.
Sir.
Then there is a mental health.
Yes, sir.
What is the objective of this act?
Sir, we came up with the Mental Health Act of 2017. The primary aim was to destigmatize mental health as such, and also we provided with basic mental health to be provided as a basic care. It was made a part of our PHCs to be provided as a primary care. These are major objectives as such. Sir.
No, is it a first time, or there is earlier also a law related with mental health?
Sir, to the best of my knowledge, there was a mental health policy, sir, which came in 2014. But as such a act, I remember this to be the act, sir.
There is a policy, state government duty to health while making the laws. Then health is the primary to be taken as a primary objective.
Yes.
Can you name that article?
Sorry, sir, can I?
In many states, there is a total prohibition on, we can say, no alcohol.
Yes.
So health is the main objective. Can you name under which article those governments are implementing those laws?
Sorry, sir, I didn't quit.
Okay.
I didn't get the
Then
question.
in your state, there are two very famous cases. One is Sabrimala temple.
Yes.
Case.
Yes.
Can you name that very case?
So the other case, which is
No, other case, I will come after that. Can you
Okay.
name first Sabrimala temple entry case?
so it is young lawyers versus
Versus? So what is held in this case, Supreme Court?
Sir, actually the claim was regarding entry of women into the temple, and Supreme Court said it to be a violation of right to equality in that aspect.
Right to equality.
Yes,
Okay.
for provision of the entry. So actually Supreme Court allowed entry of women in that aspect.
What is the stand of the trust or the temple side?
Sir, temple side is of the opinion that it is not actually fundamental violation of this thing, because it allows entry of women up to like girl children of 10 years and also women above 50 years. So it is not a fundamentally right to equality, but only the Lord Ayyappa is considered to be Lord celibacy. So it is not, it is only a matter of religious belief and not gender discrimination as such.
Okay, now which fundamental right they are taking in their favor?
Sir, I think the religious, right to freedom of religion is being.
Which article it is?
So I think it is 26.
What is your opinion on this judgment? Now this judgment is in a review.
Yes.
So larger bench. So what is your opinion? Whether Supreme Court should change its opinion or decision?
Sir, I think the Supreme Court at that juncture went on with the right step of going with gender equality. But herein we are having a conflict between religion, beliefs, and actually aspect of gender discrimination. But as per the case is concerned, it is not as such a gender discrimination, because we are allowing both women up to 10 years and above 50 years. So here I think being a secular country as such, we should go on with the beliefs of the people, as it had led to a communal rights situation when the judgment was passed. So considering social harmony, I think beliefs can be protected in this aspect. Sir.
So here it is written, can you name that law where it is written that women of this age are not allowed to enter? Is it written or
Yes.
unwritten?
Sir, it was actually passed by Kerala government in 1969 law that was passed. I don't remember exactly the law as said, sir, but it was passed in 1969. The provision was added, sir.
So it is an act
Yes, sir, it is an act.
or any other rule or regulation made under that act.
And I'm not sure of that aspect.
Okay, there is a very famous case, Keswanand Bharti case
Yes, sir.
versus state of Kerala.
Kerala.
Can you highlight any 3 points about it?
Yes. Sir, the major aspect from that case was the structure of basic structure doctrine that came about. So
Second,
I think also with regarding to the 9th schedule aspect also, it was actually, I don't remember that, but
which case is overruled in this case?
sir, actually the series of judgment based on fundamental right versus
Yes.
DPSP cases were overruled. And I don't exactly remember the names of the case.
Okay, thank you.
Good, Vineeth. Your interview is over.
Thank
you
you, sir.
can relax. I'll give you a very quick feedback.
Sure.
You are a very strong potential candidate. When is your interview scheduled?
Sir, it's not yet announced.
Not
Third
yet.
phase.
Not yet announced. And you would be staying in Delhi throughout till
No, sir. I just came yesterday over to Delhi to attend mocks.
for
And I'll be,
mocks.
yes.
So you're not working anywhere, right?
No, sir. No.
You'll be going back home and continuing your preparation.
Yes.
Trust me, how was the mains?
Sir, I have given my best. It was my first mains. Actually.
First mains. Anything left out or something like that?
I've completed all papers.
All the papers.
All questions, all papers.
Okay. So I see you as a very high, strong potential candidate.
Thank you.
Your communication skills are good.
Thank you.
Your presentation is good.
Thank you.
Don't guess. One
Sure.
very strong suggestion I would like to give.
Sure.
You know it. You don't know it. You don't.
Sure.
Sorry, sir. I don't. That's
Sure.
all. Take it.
Sure.
And certain other areas also I would like you to cover.
Yes.
Suicides have been decriminalized.
Yes.
What was the provisions earlier? What it is now?
Sure.
How do you ensure that the increasing suicide rates among the youth, that dimension?
Yes.
One, sex health के ऊपर आपसे सवाल पूछे जाएंगे, so
Sure.
try to work upon that.
Yes.
And health issues related to over digitization,
Yes.
that dimension also please be aware.
Sure.
Drug related cases, the narcotic and psychotropic substances, how do they affect the health? Why that addiction happens?
Yes.
How that de-addiction has to be initiated? What
Sure.
should be the medical steps? What should be the administrative steps?
Yes.
They would ask you some questions on that.
Sure. Sir.
And now these open relationships have come.
Yes.
What are the effects on the health on the open relationships? They will ask you questions from
Yes.
that. Take care.
Yes.
You also brought in that Padmanabha Swami temple.
Yes.
So go back and rehearse about the historical perspective of the entire Padmanabha Swami temple and the mystery surrounding it, and the dimensions of couple of gates still not closed. What is the treasure inside? What is the Supreme Court what you call judgment on that? Those should not be opened for reasons of these things. So Kerala temple architecture is one area I am sure they will ask you some questions.
Yes.
Recently, that issues related to UAE came to support to Kerala during
Yes.
the COVID.
COVID.
And after that, how the government rejected that proposal,
Yes.
and how the health infrastructure of Kerala can be a template for the entire country.
Yes.
If you remember, Kerala also one policing related to digital literacy. I'm forgetting the word. It also came as one of the main questions couple of years before, 1 or 2 years before. Kerala, some policing. I'll WhatsApp that to you.
Sure.
Please go and thoroughly do that, because a
Sure.
lot of policing efforts are being done
Yes.
in Kerala for good governance.
Yes. Sir.
So that good governance models you have to
Yes.
embark upon. How Kerala achieved its literacy, how it can be done in other states where this thing is not happening.
Yes.
Also do some comparative analysis of north and south,
Sure.
and within the south with other states, how Kerala is faring better. So that dimension, how Kerala as a state, the influence of Islam came, that historical perspective of Islam,
Yes. Sir.
and the entire idea of when Vasco da Gama landed, where he landed,
Yes.
how Kerala became an important center of entry port trade.
Yes.
All those dimensions also
Sure.
you try to. Geographical, very, very important. A lot
Yes.
of questions may come from geography.
Yes.
Important heights, landforms,
Yes.
how the eastern coast is different than the western
Yes.
coast. Questions to these effects would be asked.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Your DAF is very strong. I'm sure they will not go out of your DAF. Football is one area.
Yes.
English Premier League you have mentioned.
Yes.
They may ask you some questions on
Sure.
that also.
Yes.
Why is football struggling in India? What can be done to do that? All
Yes.
these dimensions can be
Sure.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Give out of box solutions to some problems.
And one question can be asked from Kerala story also.
Kerala story.
That is a very important.
So have you seen it? If not, you see it.
And this is a reality
Make
or anything else could be asked.
Sure, sir. I'll
Okay.
prepare on that.
Yes, yes.
But
Okay.
you're strong. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, ka many googlies.
You
So
can
please.
go through the UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Sure, sir.
Article 25 is the base.
Yes, sir. I'll go through that.
Then Permanent Katara, very, very famous case. Right to health first.
Yes, sir.
And mental health made to save those who are unsound person.
Oh.
If they are attempt to suicide, then they to be protected.
Sure, sir.
India is signatory to various conventions.
Convention.
And I think you have not gone through the fundamental duties. There is a one duty G.
Yes.
There is also a related with your.
Yeah.
Then 47. Then
Alcohol.
42. Maternity.
Maternity benefit.
Then 39D.
Yes. Worker
These are,
rights.
Or make a list by heart. Over a period of time, I'm sure.
and while you are answering Article 12, you are going totally. Article 12 defined states that is applicable only part 3rd and 4.
Yeah.
Their state includes union parliament, state legislature, state executive, local authority, and other authority.
Yes.
But you are saying something different. So because
You didn't write that combined medical examination.
No, sir. It actually clashed with my UPSC mains
So
schedule.
you didn't write.
No, sir. I couldn't attempt that.
ठीक. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
All the
Best of
best.
luck.
I'll share the interview transcripts.
Sure, sir.
Okay?
Sure,
Don't be
sir.
overconfident.
Thank
You
you.
are
Sir.
good.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
But just
It's
try
very
to
tough.
be grounded.
Sure, sir.
Okay?
Sure, sir.
Iron your
Yeah,
jacket.
Sure. Yes, sure.
Newspaper reading. Must.
Sure, sure, sir.
Okay?
Sure, sir.
All
Thank
the
you.
best. All the
Thank
best.
you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Be in touch.
Sure, sir. Thanks.